Criterion have finally done it. In their latest announcements for July 2023, they have announced a film getting a big 4K release. This is a film that hasn't even had a Blu-ray officially anywhere in the world. Along with that, it seems like a real return to form as we get a great selection of different kinds of films being added to the collection. This video is going to be my initial reaction to these announcements. So let's just get straight into the first one. It's a big one. It's After Hours, the Martin Scorsese movie, finally getting a great home video release. This film has long been rumoured to be coming to the Criterion collection, and every month after Criterion have released their announcements, loads of people are in the comments asking, when is After Hours coming? And it's finally here. To me, it seems that as long as I've been collecting Criterion discs, this one has been heavily rumoured. And for that reason, I've held off watching this. This is one of maybe 3 Scorsese movies I've never seen. So this has me even more excited that I can finally check this one out. So this is entering the collection at spine number 1185, releasing on July 11th. Like I said, it's a 4K disc in a combo pack with a Blu-ray, or you can buy the Blu-ray separately. Looking at the special features, we're getting an audio commentary from 2004, featuring the filmmakers involved in making the film. There's a documentary about the making of the film. Then there is a new program featuring director Martin Scorsese, interviewed by writer Fran Lebowitz, which is good because I really enjoyed the recent series that they did on Netflix about New York City. And it does mention Dolby Vision HDR in the specifications. So fingers crossed that this is going to be a great disc, and I think it's going to be a big event. If you've seen this film before and have any strong thoughts about it, do let me know. This is really what I love to see from Criterion, when they release a film that really hasn't had a good time on home video before. Not even having a Blu-ray for the past 10-15 years is a big deal. So to finally get it now, it's going to be a massive moment for a lot of people. Next, let's talk about another 4K release. This is the Renown Westerns 5 films directed by Budd Boetticher. These are also movies starring Randolph Scott, one of the great Western heroes of the screen from the period. And I love these films. I watched these for the first time on the Indicator Blu-ray box set, the 5 Tall Tales. And here we have those same 5 films being presented in the Criterion collection. These films are a lot of fun to watch if you're into Westerns. Some people say they don't quite hit the heights of John Ford and Howard Hawks, but I don't necessarily think they're aiming to do the same thing that those filmmakers do. And I do have a real soft spot for Randolph Scott, particularly in these films and when he'd go on to work with Sam Peckinpah in Ride the High Country. I think he's just a great star in a Western movie. This really is not one that I was expecting at all, but I am pleasantly surprised because of that 4K upgrade. Now, it remains to be seen how much of an upgrade these 4K discs are going to be over the existing Indicator Blu-rays, but I am hopeful. Now, looking at the specifications on the website, it says these are new 4K digital restorations by Sony Pictures Entertainment. It also says here there's going to be 3 4K UHD discs presented in Dolby Vision, and then 3 Blu-rays with the films and special features. And this is what kind of has me confused, because it means that each film isn't getting its own 4K disc, unless I'm reading this wrong. Does that mean that all 5 films are on these 3 4K discs? Or does it mean that only 3 of the 5 films are getting the 4K treatment? I'm not actually sure. It doesn't actually say here. So if anyone can clarify that for me, that would be most appreciated. There are some audio commentaries on here, some extra featurettes. And I think for real fans of the films who already have those Indicator discs, it will be reason to double dip, because it looks like there's going to be a lot of special features from those Indicator discs that are not present on the Criterion set. This set will be arriving in the collection at spy number 1186 and it's releasing on July 18th. Next we'll talk about The Watermelon Woman. This is a film I have not seen, but I have looked at reviews after this announcement and a lot of people speak very, very highly of this film. So I can't say too much about it, but this is going straight on a blind buy list for me. It has me very, very intrigued. So pardon my ignorance for not being able to talk about this, having not seen it. But if you have seen it, drop me a comment on this video because I'm drumming up my own excitement for this. And I think it's going to be a great release based on those opinions I've seen already, the reactions to this and how happy people are. It says it's from a 2K digital restoration supervised by the filmmakers, and there are some conversations and interviews in the special features. This is releasing on July 11th, spy number 1184. This is definitely one that I'm going to be blind buying in the future. The next one to talk about is a huge film in the history of cinema. It's Breathless from Jean-Luc Godard. This is getting a 4K upgrade from Criterion, and I imagine many people are going to be very, very happy about this. As with all of their 4K upgrades, there's no change in artwork, no additional special features. So if you have the old Criterion Blu-ray, it's exactly the same except for the new 4K presentation of the film. Personally, it's not one I'm going to be picking up. I've already had the 4K Studio Canal disc for 2 years now, so I'm very happy with owning this one. But I think for folks who haven't picked up that Studio Canal disc, this will be a good opportunity to get this film on 4K. So like I said, nothing additional here in terms of special features, and it's releasing on July 18th, spy number 408. The next announcement to talk about is One False Move, and this is getting a 4K disc from Criterion, which is very big news because this has not had a Blu-ray outside of Australia, I think. So again, this is a film that very much needs some attention in the home video space. This is a film from Carl Franklin, who Criterion also released Devil in a Blue Dress from him on a 4K disc. So Carl Franklin is now one of those filmmakers within the collection who has multiple films on a 4K disc. I'm just very excited about this one, and again, it's one of those releases where we're getting something that is sorely needed on home video. Not just another upgrade, this is a 4K disc where there weren't really any readily available Blu-rays. It's from a new 4K digital restoration approved by the director with 5.1 surround sound. It is presented in Dolby Vision HDR, and on the disc there's an audio commentary from 1999 with Franklin, and there is a new conversation between Franklin and co-writer actor Billy Bob Thornton. So I think this is something to be very excited for. I'm a huge fan of neo-noir movies, and this one fits the bill perfectly. So I'm very happy to see this come to the collection, and on a 4K disc, no less. As far as I'm concerned, this has been a brilliant slate of announcements from Criterion. But were you happy with these, or were you disappointed? Do let me know in a comment down below. If you want to stick around and watch more Criterion videos, I'll link one on screen right now for you to enjoy. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.